Hello everyone, so today we're going to go through the paper on your mock exam. So question 1, write down the cube root of 64. So remember, cube root of 64 is this. So a lot of you have written 4 cubed. So 4 cubed is equals to 64. But the question is that we want to find out the cube root of 64. So cube root just means cube root of this number. And this would equals to 4. So the cube root of 64 would just be 4. Part B, yes, to calculate the value of 2 cubed. So this just means 2 cubes just means 2 times 2 times 2, and 4 to the power of 5 just means multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4. Even if you write this out in the test, you'd get 1 mark. Also, you can also write 2 cubed, which is 8. So even writing the number 8 will give you 1 mark. Multiply by 4 to the power of 5, or you can write 1024. So then write down your actual answer, which is 8192. Part C, it asks you to express 600 as a product of power of its prime factors. So let's start by doing a factor tree. So I'm just going to pick 6 and 100, which makes 600. Then 2 and 3, and those are prime numbers. Then I'm going to pick 4 and 25. And this goes to 2 and 2. And this goes 5 and 5. So those are my prime numbers. So I have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5 give me 600. But I want the answer as a product of powers, so we need to write them in powers. So 2 times 2 times 2 would be 2 cubed, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 5 squared. So you need to show your working. So if you're not showing your working, you won't get the mark. So by doing this, showing your correct steps, getting 2 factors correct, you get 1 method mark. If you leave this as your answer, you will only get 2 marks. And if you wrote this as your answer, you will get all 3 marks. Okay, let's look at question 2. So the table shows the population correct to 2 significant figures of each of 6 countries in April 2016. So part A, you write this number as an ordinary number. So this just means 9.3 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 zeros. So 10 to the power of 7 is the same as 10 million. So type this into your calculator. You should get 93, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this should be your answer. Gets you 1 mark. So which of those countries has the least population? So the least population, that means the power is the smallest. So which one has the smallest? So we have 6, anything smaller than 6. So we have 9.8. So multiply to the power of 6, that means it's smaller. Then we're going to compare what's on the front. So 9.8 and 5.7. So 5.7 is smaller. So Singapore. Okay, then we tell the population of China is this much in April 2016. Population of India is this. Work out the difference between the population of China and India. So we're going to use the bigger number. So China is bigger, so this number subtract this number. So we have 1.382 multiplied by 10 to the power of 9 minus 1.327 multiplied by 10 to the power of 9. If you just write this out, you would get one method mark. Just type into your calculator, you get 5, you get 55 million, and remember, you need to write your answers in standard form. So you need to write this in standard form to get your second mark. So remember, to write this in standard form, you have to write A multiplied by 10 to the power. And A must be less than 10 and bigger than 0. So in this case, it's going to be 5.5. So 5.5 times 10 to the power, so we're just going to count, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the power of 7. So that's your answer. Part C. So we're going to simplify this. So we're going to expand. So we're going to multiply this out. So 5 times 4 is 20. C multiplied by C is C squared. So your answer should be 20C squared. And this gives you 1 mark. Part B asks you to factorize. So firstly, we consider numbers. So there's no number we can take out. Then we consider letters. So there is x we can take out, and x. So inside of bracket, x multiplied by 4 would give you 4x plus x times x give you x squared. So we have factorized successfully. Then part C, work out the value of this when y equals 2. So this is a substitution question. We're going to substitute the values into the equation. So this is when y is equals to 2, so this would be replacing y with 2 cubed plus 5 multiplied by 2. So 2 cubed is 8 plus 5 times 2, 10. This is 18. Okay, show that equals that. So we can start by finding a common denominator. So when we're adding fractions, we need to have a common denominator. So we can start by writing out. So a common denominator would be 15. So 4 need to so if we multiply this by 3, we need to multiply the numerator by 3 plus 15. So if we multiply the denominator by 5, we need to multiply the numerator by 5, which is equals to 12 over 15 plus 10 over 15. Add them up, we'll get 22 over 15. And this is the same as 1 and 7 over 15. Part B, we want to show this 2 1/4 divided by 3 1/2 equals to 9 over 14. To do this, we're going to convert them into improper fractions. So 2 1/4 is the same as 9 over 4 divided by, so how we do this? So we use this whole number multiplied by 4, then add our numerator, similar here. So 3 times 2, which is 6, then add 1, which is 7 over 2. Then to divide fractions, we're going to keep, change, flip. So keep the 9 over 4, flip the sign, change the sign, then flip the second fraction, which is 2 over 7. Then you can multiply this out, which is equals to 9 times 2, which is 18 over 28. 4 times 7 is 28. Then this is simplified to 9 over 14. Question 5. Expand bracket. So 5 times 2p is 10p. 5 multiplied by minus 3 is minus 15. Expand and simplify. So n multiplied by n is n squared. N multiplied, remember this is minus 5. So minus 5n. 8 multiplied by n is plus 8n. And 8 multiplied by minus 5 is minus 40. So simplify this. We have n squared plus 3n minus 40. Next problem. So again, this is another substitution question. So work out the value for k when y equals 6 and x equals minus 2. So y is 6. So we're going to write 6 is equals to x, which is minus 2, cubed, minus kx. So k multiplied by x, which is minus 2, plus 5. So we just want to do our calculation. So 6 is equals to, typing into your calculator, minus 2 cubed is minus 8, minus k minus 2, it becomes a plus. So 2 negative multiplied together to give you a plus 2k plus 5. Then solve our equation. So we have 6 moves the 8 over, becomes minus 8 becomes plus 8. The plus 5 becomes minus 5 equals to 2k. So we have 6 plus 8 minus 5 is 9 equals to 2k. Then half it, so 9 over 2. So k is equals to 9 over 2, which is also equals to 4.5. Question 6. Find a common factor of a and b. So a common factor, that means it will go into both. So you can consider this as factorizing out. So what do they have? So what common factor do they have? So a, this means we have 2 multiplied by 2 times 3 times 5 times 5. B, we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. So what common factors do they have? So they have 2 in common, another 2 in common, and a 5 in common. So a common factor of them would be 2 squared multiplied by 5. And which is, you could also write this as 20. So you would also get mark if you write 20. Then part 2, find a common multiple of A and B. So this is, remember, just to fill in the numbers into our Venn diagram would help. So with A and B. So A, we have, what do they have in common in the middle? Which is 2, 2, and 5. So in A, we have 3 and 5. And in B, we have 2. So we have 3 times 5 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 2. This will give you 600. So 600 is one of your multiple. But since it only say find a common multiple, so it doesn't have to be, so it's 600. Okay, then let's look at part B. We have 8 squared times 8 cubed divided by 8 over 4. So we're going to use our index laws. So when we multiply, they have the same 8. We're going to add the powers. So this becomes 8 over 5 over 8 over 4. Divide in this loss. When we do division, we're going to subtract our powers. So 5 minus 4 equals 8 to the power of 1. Then we can write 8 is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 cubed. So we can comparison, so n is equals to 3. Question 7. And again, we're going to multiply the numbers by number, which is 7 times 8 is 56. D multiplied by d is d squared. Expand, so 4 times 3e is 12e. 4 times minus 5 is minus 20. Factorize. So firstly, considering numbers, so we don't have any numbers in common. Then we look at letters. So we do have a f in common, so we can take it out. Then that's what's outside our bracket. Then I have f multiplied by f would give me f squared. Then I have minus 2. So minus 2 times f give me minus 2f. Part D. So work out the value of h when g is equals to 2. So this is another substitution question. So h is equals to g, which is 2 cubed plus 6 multiplied by 2. So 2 cubed is 8 plus 6 times 2 is 12. So your h would equals to 20. So question 8. So firstly, we're going to convert. So there's two methods. So one way is convert them into a mixed number. So to convert the mixed number into improper fraction. So again, so to convert that into improper fraction, we multiply the whole number with our denominator and then add our numerator. So 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14 over 3 plus, so 3 with 5, which is 3 multiplied by 5 is 15 plus 4, which is 19. Then adding them, we need to have a common denominator, which is going to be 15. So if I multiply the 3 by 5, I need to multiply the 14 by 5. Plus, if I multiply the 5 by 3 for my denominator, then 19 also need to multiply by 3. Then you should get 70 plus 57 over 15, and this will give you 127 equals 15, which is the same as 8 and 7 over 15. So a lot of you have missed this step part. You would lose a mark. Okay. So, another method is that you could just add the numbers. So you could just write 4 so instead of converting them into mixed numbers, you're just going to convert the fractions only. So again, the common denominator is 15. Then multiply 3 by 5 to get 15. So 2 need to multiply by 5, which is 10. And from 5 to 15, multiply by 3. So 4 need to multiply by 3. So this is 12. Then you add the numbers with numbers, which is 7. then add your fractions, so 10 plus 12, which is 22, and this is the same as 8 over 7 over 15. Question 9, you're going to expand and simplify. So expand, so m multiplied by m is m squared. M multiplied by 5 is plus 5m. Minus 8 multiplied by m is minus 8m. Minus 8 multiplied by 5 is minus 40. So you get m squared minus 3m minus 40. So factorize fully. So firstly, considering your numbers, yes, we do have a common number. We can take 5 out of the bracket. Then considering your letters, we do have a y in common, which we can take out the bracket. Then 5y multiplied by 1 give you 5y. Plus, so 5 times what give you 20? 5 times 4 give you 20. Y times what give you y squared? Y times y. So we have factorized successfully. Part C, we want to simplify this. So it's just another index loss. Anything to the power of 0 just equals to 1. Part D, we want to solve the equation. So firstly, I'm going to expand my bracket. So 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times minus 5 is minus 15 equals 9 minus x over 2. Step 2, I'm going to multiply the 2. So it will be 2, 6x minus 15 equals 9 minus x. Expand my bracket. I got 12x minus 30 equals 9 minus x. Then rearranging my equation, so making x on one side. So move the x over, this becomes plus x. And then move my numbers to the other side. So I have 13x is equals to 39. Therefore, x is equals to 3. Question 10. I have Liam invested £8,000 in a saving account for 4 years. So the saving account pays the compound interest rate. So 4.5% in the first year, 2.75 for the subsequent years. Work out the value of Liam's investment at the end of year 4. So let's find at the end of year 1. So remember, this interest means percentage increase. So for percentage increase, we start from 100%. We add 4.5%, which is 104.5%. Then we convert this into our decimal multiplier by dividing by 100. So we get 1.045. So for year 1, at the end of year 1, you had £8,000 multiplied by 1.045. So you should get 8360. Then again, this is percentage increase. Again, you start with 100%. You add 2.75, and this is 102.75%. You divide by 100, which is 1.0275. And then you're going to, so this continues. So how many years? 4 years. We had 1 year already, so we have another 3 years. So to work out the compound rate, so we have, at the end of year 1, we have 8360 multiplied by 1.0275. And year, we have another 3 years. So you should get 9068.84.